Shalom, shalom. This is Kapaya, a.k.a. Pops, out of GMS Chicago, with another sit-down. Before I get started, I want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, to the apostles and elders out of New York, the elder bishops out of Connecticut, the apostles down in Texas. I send double honors because they do real well for the brethren around the world pushing this truth. Uncut, unfiltered, giving you the good, bad, and the ugly of the scriptures, correctly breaking down the prophecies and the interaction with people on the planet, declaring warning and sending salutations. For the hopeful elect, I hope this is edifying. For the Akwaf, the few and the true, they're still listening. I hope this as well. But for the scorn call for reprobate 2/3 Israelites and 17 other nations who are in the midst of Jacob's trouble, it is going to get a whole lot worse. Anyway, I'm going to pull up a couple of scriptures and read it. Then you're going to understand why I'm reading it based off of this, of what you're going to see. Pull the scriptures first, though. This is Job 25. Why, seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty? Do they that know him not see his days? He said that he would declare the beginning. He would declare the end from the beginning. Okay? So he done gave you these, what is called a prophecy, to tell you time and time again, as time goes on, what's getting ready to happen, what's going to be happening. And the prophets, first he had them write the scriptures as to what the prophecies were, and now he's got them back understanding it and breaking it down. Okay? So with all that having been said, hold on. Okay, let me get back to the scripture. Okay. Do they not know? Okay, I'm going to read this again. This is Job 24, start at 1. Why, seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty? Why, seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty? Okay, so that's what they used to call prophets back in the day, seers. Okay, why? Because he'd give them a prophecy, they'll break it down on some part at one point in time and whatnot, have them write it, have them break it down at one point in time on some level, and then, like I said, now in the last days, he's got these same prophets back, breaking it down, breaking the last parts of it down, because they know all the lingo, they know the terminology, they can see the inventions that needed to be invented to make it all come to pass, okay? But verse 2, some remove the landmarks, okay? Some remove the landmarks, and by removing the landmarks, it ain't just necessarily tearing anything down, it's changing the names on it, or I won't say actually changing the names of it, but putting other names to it so people can't track it per se, like Moabites. Okay, Moabites being what the so-called Edomite, which is the so-called white man, put the label on, and this, that, and the other. Okay, but you got a landmark that they weren't able to remove over there. It's Keres, which is the Great Wall of China in the scriptures. Okay, that's what it is, because it says Potshears. When you look up the word Keres, it means potshare, and when you look at a potshare, basically it's like some of them houses that be in like different cities that got like a Chinatown or whatever, and they got them certain roofs on them and whatnot that look like they might be made out of pottery or whatever the case might be. That's a potshare type of thing. So basically it's that type of thing. Okay. Okay, so some remove the landmarks, they violently take the flocks away. Okay. And the Lord said that his flock is men. Okay, his flock is men. So they take the flock away. They took the heritage away. Okay, and feed thereof. Okay, take away the flocks and the feed thereof. So this man takes away, the name of landmarks, put new speech titles on them, and these types of things, and all this other kind of stuff, and this, that, and the other. Okay, and the Lord said that He was going to let that happen to the Israelite, especially, and whatnot. But He also said that 17:4. Okay, it says, "And thou, even thou." And this is a prophecy that Jeremiah was actually being told, and he was saying, even you, Jeremiah, even though you're a man of the Lord, and I'm teaching you this and I'm telling you this, it's gonna happen to you too. He said, "And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage." What's your heritage? Your lineage. You know who you are, going back through history and whatnot. Who your people were, this, that, and other. All that. He said, you're gonna discontinue from it. You're not gonna remember it. Okay. That I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. What's that land? Here in America. That's that. Why? Because of the fact that, like I said, this wasn't a beaten and charted land like it is now. This was the other side of the earth as far as coming back from over there near the Asian Peninsula and things of this nation. I call it that because, people like to call that the Middle East, but actually it's part of the Asian continent, okay? It is what it is, okay? So with that being said, so you shall serve your enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger which shall burn forever, okay? So between that and Deuteronomy, talking about we would be made a byword and all these other kinds of things, so we wouldn't know what to call ourselves. We're going to latch on to whatever the thing is that works for us in our mind, even though it says that we hardly guess right. Now, I popped those couple scriptures off real quick for this reason. Let's go over here and read this, because this is a perfect example of this happening. Okay? He says, I'm not an African American. Well, like I told you, I did this I actually put this in a sit down as far as part of it. You're not an African and you're not an American, okay? But he's been fucking brainwashed and whatnot. You see the bald head, so he discontinued from his heritage. He's an Israelite. But he don't know that. So he's taking on the customs of some of the Egyptians. Egyptians was the bald head ones. Okay, the lining up of the beards and mustaches and all that other kind of shit. All this is Egyptian customs. Okay, and if you don't think America is an Egyptian, what is he called? Money Mayweather, right? Money Mayweather. He used to be Pretty Boy, but now he's Money Mayweather. And what's on the back of a dollar bill? A pyramid. And what is Egypt known for? Landmark wise, pyramids. Okay. So let's make this real simple. I'm not but he's right about I'm not an African American. He wanted to be just an American. So Africa, which is actually the land of Ham, which Kemet motherfuckers want to talk about again, is just a hot. That's what it means, hot. So that's what that actually means. And America is named after Amerigo Vespucci, which was a Spaniard philanthropist. The same way Africa is named after Scipio Africanus, a Roman general. Okay, so I'm just hitting this real quick because of the fact that I'm gonna let you hear what he says, and then remember Jeremiah 17:4. Okay, Jeremiah 17:4. Remember that.
I'm not an African American. I'm an American. I was born on American soil, but I did go back to the motherland, and I love it.
And that's fucked up because he said he went back to the motherland. Okay, so when he said he went back to the motherland, what y'all think? Okay, for the ones that's not in the know, if this is your first time hearing this, and he said he went back to the motherland, what y'all think he said he went back to? The so-called Middle East, or he went back to Africa. Okay? Okay? Let me show you that this motherfucker don't know nothing. He knows nothing. Watch this. This show you what the Bible tells you the motherland is. The scripture actually called it out. It ain't actually the motherland, it's the fatherland, actually, because your seed what you are comes through the seed of your father. Okay, so now, Galatians 4:25. Actually, it's 26. Galatians 4:26. But Jerusalem, which is above, which is the mother of us all. Okay, Jerusalem. And if you look on a map, if you look on a geographical map, or let's say you just look at the globe, find Africa, find Egypt, then find Jerusalem, and tell me, is Jerusalem below Egypt as far as what is that? Latitude and longitude. Okay, is it closer to the top of the world, or is Africa closer to the top of the world, and Jerusalem is closer to the equator? Which one is closer to the center of the earth? Is it Jerusalem, or is it Africa or Egypt? Which one is closer to the equator, which is the center of the fattest part of the earth? Okay, since it's a circle anyway. Okay, so which one is closer to the equator? So it says, for Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. So see, he don't know nothing. He don't know where he came from. Okay, or even if he knows, he doesn't know that his lineage actually fled out of Jerusalem and ran into west parts of Africa, and then was put on slave ships and brought over here. He ain't claiming that, because you heard what he said. He said he ain't African, he's American. That's what he said.
But I did go back to the motherland, and I love it, and made millions going back to the motherland. But I was born in America when the Europeans came to the Native Americans. Well, they like to call them Native Americans, but the Indians' land.
And it wasn't even that. It was the tribe of Gad, tribe of Reuben, and when they came through the southern parts like that, they came through Issachar and Naphtali and Asher and all those. Those are that's the northern kingdom down through there. Okay, by the time they started putting us on the slave ships, which was the southern kingdom, they had already taken a lot of their land and killed a lot of them to begin with. Okay, so they was natives to them because they was here first. Okay, but they came over here, eons before the Europeans showed up. Okay, but this deal.
We don't call them European Americans, so I don't want to be called an African American. I'm an American. You know what I'm saying? You can call me a Black American, but I'm an American. When I competed,
look at him. He said, "You can call me a Black American." See that? But when you think of white, what are the connotations that come with it? Pure, virtuous, all these things. And when you call somebody black, when you think of black, what do you think? Dark, sinister, evil. You think of these things. That man is brown. Look at his shirt. His shirt is black. See, simple shit. Like I said, and I say all these things because if he wants to be called American, then he's got this money. Like I said, he probably took the juicy juice. I call it that. He probably took the juicy juice and whatnot that people are now finding out didn't do anything. Actually, just stunted their immune system and whatnot. Because now the only thing that it wants to recognize is what it was absolutely made for, what the juicy juice was absolutely made for, and all the other little things that's natural for the body, it don't even want to recognize those, and the immune system that was set up for all those things have been compromised where it can't fight against none of those things now. Okay? So, this, that, and other. So, like I said, he forgot his heritage. He don't know who he is. He don't know where he came from. And he took the juicy juice. So if he took the juicy juice, once they tell him that all his money is hooked to the C-HIP or the MOTB, he's going to take that too. And that's this dude. Okay? Because he don't know anything else. He's got nothing else. He think he done built himself enough of a cushion that he can live an old age as a very wealthy man and be able to leave money behind and investments and things of this nature and take care of his family for the rest of his life. Not knowing that this thing that he want to be called is slated to be destroyed and broken into 3 pieces. The scripture says it's going to rock to and fro like a drunkard. All these things are slated, but he don't know none of this shit. So that's why we say we don't deal with these kind of guys, like I said, because his God is money. His God is money. He go follow wherever it tells him to go. And who's ever controlling the shots on it, he go do what they tell him he's got to do. And that's just the bottom line. So I'm going to let him finish this.
In the Olympics, they didn't say fighting African American. They said that American that's fighting out of the red corner or out the blue corner. I love America. I love this country. I'm not an African.
See? Period. So I hope that's the caption would almost make you think that he knows, but then when you hear what he says, you see that he's so far in the dark that you gotta let him grope in the dark. You know, you gotta let him grope in the dark. And now, don't get me wrong, Yahweh Shai can wake up whoever they want to, but right now, this motherfucker is dead asleep. Dead asleep. He would be groping at noonday like he's in the middle of the night. He doesn't have a clue what's going on. So with that, I want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Kakodash, to the apostles and elders of GMS out of New York. That again, the elders out of Connecticut, apostles down in Texas, send double honors. They rule well. Brother around the world, stand on the street corners, declaring wanted, send salutations. Hopefully, I hope that's edifying. Aquath, few and true, keep doing so. But it's one that's called for reprobate 2/3 Israelites and 17 other nations like this cat. Gonna be destroyed here, and they're gonna catch all the judgment that this Edomite is going to be getting at the same time. So with that, for the first group, I send a hearty shalom, and for the second group, a bar.